Hello everyone, welcome to December 12 update for Zeam, and we'll go over updates, and then we will check for what's been happening in the DevNet 1 runs, and then we'll discuss what's going on for DevNet 2, and then any other things or issues that people might want to talk about. So let's start from Kai.
Yeah. Uh, this week, first uh I worked with Mihail uh to debug the why the retry not 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 triggered. Uh, so it seems that it's an issue in the lantern quick implementation. So it seems he already fixed that. Uh, and then submit one small PR for the PQ metrics. And today I'm looking the another issue in the lead Rust libp, which posted by Mihail. Mm, I suspect it may be an concurrent issue by access the Rust libp swarm object, because we already have an to do comment. Right now we don't have any mutex for the access of that object. Mm, so maybe I can try to fix that.
Yeah, it could be that, or it could be something related to the topic string. I don't know. So topic string. So the error related to topic string might mean that we might have actually double freed something, because when we say that when it's logging that topic string is invalid, that means that the memory is already corrupted at that point.
Uh, yes, yeah. Uh, so I think it's probably a memory issue, because uh, the invalid topic string only raised uh, one one time. So I I think that's not the topic string issue. It is probably a memory corrupt issue.
Right, right. So the topic string issue coming after so long is a bit weird, and that is why what I'm saying is that it since we are it might not be the swarm objects. It could just be, we might have actually double freed something. Uh,
Mm,
but is this a one-off feature that we have faced, or we face this regularly?
mm, no, I haven't seen this before. I'm
Or
not
you
sure.
have seen this before?
No, I haven't seen this before.
Yeah, actual topic string is that, but I think basically, it's accessing invalid memory somewhere. So whatever it's outputting is not correct, because that is basically, why we are saying that there is some memory issue for sure, and obviously the error after the words says the same thing.
Yeah, so either it's accessing the wrong memory, or the memory has been corrupted.
Yes.
Right. Okay, I think we should keep doing long runs and see, if we see this again and again. Otherwise, we should put in a restart mechanism, which basically automatically restarts the Zeam client. I mean, at least we'll mitigate it till we figure this out.
Yeah. Yes. I think it's easy to config the Docker file to add a restart.
Yeah, I think we can also do it in Lean Quick Start where we can do it in restart always while we are running the Docker commands. I think
Yes.
that would be good because, and we should also see that whether we are able to quickly recover if we restart, because ideally we should. If there are no blocks that we lose while syncing, but this will also test out our parent sync PR. So I will also look at it and try to merge it out until that PR is ready.
Yeah, that PR is ready. I think there are a couple of merge conflicts that have arrived now, but maybe you can just review it. I'll resolve the conflicts later, or if you want, I can resolve the conflicts first. I think like you have gone through it. I think you have done a first pass through it, so it's better if you can see if the logic is correct, and then I can resolve the conflict.
I mean, okay, if you have time, you also resolve the conflicts because then it doesn't feel that, I'm reviewing the correct thing.
Yeah, I'll do it today and update you on the TG.
Cool. Then by tomorrow, let's hope to merge that PR.
Sure, okay. Mhm. If Kai is done, then I can go ahead with
Yeah.
my update. Yeah. So,
Yeah, but wait. So Kai, you are still looking into this actively, or you are doing something else?
Uh, yes. I'm still looking into this, and I also write some code for this.
Okay, cool. Then also let's test our retries, but sorry, restart mechanism. But before that, we need to get the other PR in. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Anshul.
yeah, so I was mostly working on the spec PR side. That PR is almost done. There's like a minor modification that I have to do. So right now, in the block aggregation signatures, I was treating as a list of signature where corresponding to each validator, I was putting in a signature in like the ascending order of validator IDs. I had this discussion with Gajendra to update it to be a list of signatures so that corresponding to each aggregated attestation, there's like a list of signatures that corresponds to the aggregation that has been done in the aggregated attestations container. That PR is already up on Lean Spec. There has been some minor comments here and there from Thomas as well. So I'll address those as well. But on priority, like I'll first update this logic. Apart from that, like I'm also working parallelly on the binding sides of the different XSMS signature that they have used in Lean multisig. So I have updated the Lean VM Python report that I had created earlier last week. I have I've introduced all these different bindings within that repo itself, and I have like written a test case to basically use the Python bindings to generate the signature and eventually prove it via the Python bindings of lean VM itself. So that part is on my local, but I have been able to achieve that. So once like the other PR is merged, I'll integrate it in the lean specs, and then we can move forward with that. So hopefully it should be done ideally by tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then day after tomorrow. But I'm hoping to complete this, at least open up a PR with the aggregation stuff tomorrow. uh, Apart from that, like there was another node registry PR that I had opened up last week, so there was some minor comments from Gajinder. I have I had addressed those, and it was merged yesterday. And there were like a few other issues that I found out to be redundant, so I closed them. That is like pretty much it.
Thank you, Anshul. And so, Chaitanya, can we also merge lean, also integrate lean multisig uh, to Zeam in the meantime, so that when we basically want to implement this PR, we can switch backends by a static flag, not as a static flag, basically a code flag, right? Where we choose what backend we want to use lean VM, basically XMS signatures for.
Okay, I have not caught up with the specs lately, but I'll look into it and start working on it parallelly.
So, do you understand why we need this?
So the multi-signatures with lean VM, right? Yep, and we want this as a flag so that of the current functioning is already there. We keep that as well, and we can switch to this lean VM if we give the flag.
So the flag can just be the code on code basis, right? So whichever backend we want to use, whether we want to use lean sig or lean multis signatures. So because we will eventually come back to using the lean sig, right?
Okay, I'll catch up with Anshul, and if I have any questions, I'll ping you. I'll start working on it.
Okay, cool.
So this flag is there to update, to change the signature scheme that we want to use. So
Yeah, to
basically,
change the backend. Yeah.
okay. So I'll create a issue and assign it to Chaitanya. And I'll describe the details there.
Yeah. So the idea is that we are right now changing the backend because of the compatibility issues of the signature scheme with Lean VM. But as soon as Lean VM is compatible with the Lean Sig, we will basically switch it back. But if it's too hard in terms of configuring it, or basically there is significant API change, then we can just comment out current code and have that code uncommented as in the follow PR as well. I mean, we don't need that much flexibility that basically we want to switch the schemes on fly because we don't want that. So in that sense, take a call based upon the complexity of keeping both backends. And if it's too complex, just comment out the current code and switch the other code in, and then we can remove and uncomment the current uh, the current scheme that we are using. All right, with this, let's get your update, Chaitanya.
Yes, so earlier this week, I was just focused on the Poseidon, just reading more about it. I have very naive solution that I came up with, and maybe I can discuss it now if Partha has any input. So it was that about the byte to field conversions. So a regular modulo, the whole issue with that is that it introduces a lot of collision, and to avoid that, what we could do again, it's just a very something on top of my head is that we can take the modulo output and put it as another chunk, and then since it will be always less than the approximate 31 the field size essentially, so we can work on that, do the all the operations on that. The only thing we would do for this would be to do some field arithmetic, which I was looking into earlier this week. uh, and if we could combine these two chunks essentially, then we could have it within the field limits. But again, I'm not sure if the field addition arithmetic is possible first of all, and if it is, it introduces, again, it should not introduce any collisions. So that was the first thing. Secondly, I've later this week only worked on this node graph. I've got it working locally. Just one thing I just did today was that introduced thread to it, because it was something that is also being read at the same time while the fourth choice is being done. So I added a snapshot based mechanism that keeps a very short copy in case it is being read by the Grafana API. I'm testing it right now. It was very hard to get it tested on the Mac OS Lean Quick Start because Docker does not expose the host network on Mac OS. So I'm just doing some AWS runs in this meeting itself, and if that looks good, I'll put out the PR and the message in the group, or it will definitely be done in the next couple of hours. So just testing it right now.
So you can actually protect fork choice by a mutex. Is that what you are doing?
Yes, that is what I'm doing. I'm doing a mutex
Okay, cool.
lock. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's go to Mercy.
Hello, good afternoon. So this week I updated the hashing CLI to see validators using the first three to last three bit formats instead of the index, and also removed the index from the validator manifest and added a new flag to it. And I'm currently working on another PR to move the node registry from the node layer to the network layer so that we can widely use it. And I also reviewed a PR for the pre-built Docker image PR for support for Lantern.
Got it. What was the Docker image PR about?
I said I reviewed the PR for Docker pre-built Docker image support for Lantern.
What is this PR number?
It's been merged.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right, let's move to Katya.
Yeah, this week I was mostly working on the metrics repo side. So regarding Ansible implementation, I wonder if we should add the metrics flag as well, because currently I guess it doesn't support it. So I think it should be, it's useful to have metrics on the long run in DevNet, so we can monitor with the dashboard. So I can try to open PR to add this flag to the Ansible implementation if you don't mind. So I also noticed that in the metrics README, you duplicate all the metrics. So from my side, it seems useless because the number of metrics will grow, exponentially, like hundreds of metrics, and it may have differences later with the metrics repo. So from my side, as I see it, it's better to put some description there. So we are implementing metrics from the metric specs, because it's kind of you're duplicating the specs repo, for example. You don't do this naturally. So it might make sense only if you have your own Zeam metrics, specifically if you want to this description. But for duplicating all the metrics descriptions from the specs repo, I think it's not relevant. And I also merged the source labels for fork choice metrics. So maybe Nupur, you were working on this fork choice metrics, right? So it's ready, so you can update the source and probably merged it already. Yeah, and question, did you have a chance to maybe investigate state transition function time? Why it has interrupting graph? Maybe someone looked into it, or
I think if GM you have time, maybe you can look into it. We have a little bit more, time taking state transition function. Most probably, I think it could be because of SSZ, but I'm not sure. So maybe we can add more metrics, subdivide it into parts to see which part is actually taking time. So this could be Z metrics, doesn't need to be in sync with the lean metrics. But yeah, for if you want to clean up the description, you can open a PR and we'll merge it in with regard to deduplicating the metrics content that is already there.
yeah, okay.
And
We'll do that.
Yeah, if you send a PR my way, I can definitely have a look at it.
Okay, that's it from my side. Thanks you. And by the way, yeah, maybe someone will share the updates later. The Ansible state, about the Ansible state, right?
yeah, so that is there. And Katya, do you want to get into the DevOps last time since you mentioned that? So
Yes, sure. I'm interested. What could
So-
be the next steps? Do you mean anything specific? Or?
yeah, so the point is that we need to long run the DevNets and we need to figure out and flag the issues that are coming up. So and then now there is Ansible setup as well. So if you can take charge of running it on Ansible and filing issues to different teams as well as to Zeam for whatever things are coming up. So that would be cool.
Yeah, I can take care of it. So currently, what's the status? So Barnabas get ready for this, or?
Yeah, we already
so
have the
we-
service.
for that. Yeah, also.
So yeah, we have the nodes running on 4 different servers, and I had it running for over 24 hours. Didn't notice any issues. But it's interesting you mentioned the metrics. What issue I found till now is that Lantern and Clean are exposing the metrics endpoint when I access them. Zeam does not seem to run any service for us to access the metrics. I'm not sure why, at least on the remote server. And Ream exposes their metrics endpoint only locally, so I'm not able to retrieve the current metrics from their from the server. I think if you are raising the PR, it would be more probably productive for you to liaise with Ream because they would ignore whatever I say. But yeah, it would be helpful if you can have a look at that, but I'm not sure why Zeam does not expose the metrics endpoint.
Yeah, this is, I think that happens because this is where I started. So we need to add metrics flag for this. So to activate metrics on Zeam and Dream, we need to use metrics flag.
No,
For-
we do. The current
Mhm.
Ansible configuration exposes, has the metrics flag in place, but I think on the Ream side, the metrics is bound, service is bound only to the local host, not to 0.0.0, which prevents us from consuming the endpoint from the server.
Mhm.
On
Okay.
Zeam, I don't know why. I mean, I don't even see the service running. I was investigating it just before this call.
Yeah, so let's then discuss it maybe in the chat and yeah, try to investigate it.
Right.
I probably I need the access to this setup.
Yeah.
You also have.
So,
Mhm.
Gajendra, you
So
want to
what-
reach out to
What
Banwas?
what do you mean that Zeam does not, the metrics are not running? I mean, we had
Yeah,
metric
when I
server
run
which
it locally, it's working, but on the server that we have deployed, I don't see any metrics service running on 8081, the port that we've specified. I'm not able to access the endpoint as well.
you mean
You
that you tried to telnet that port and it was
No,
not
not
open.
telnet. I ran the curl command from the server trying to consume a what do you say, localhost 8081/metrics, but it says no service running there. I couldn't if you Docker inspect that also, I couldn't find anything there. So maybe there's a configuration issue.
But
Can you?
our metrics are running. If our metrics are running only in Kickstar's local setup, then why
Yeah.
would
So
they run out there? Again, we don't listen on 0.0.0? I think we listen on the same.
no, not Zeam. The issue of 0.0 was for Ream, not for Zeam. Zeam, I don't see the service running at all.
What do you mean you don't see the service running at all? You mean that the endpoint is not exposed?
That's correct.
Because if you start when you start Zeam, I think it logs out whether the metric server is listening or not. So in the startup log,
I'll
you
have to
should be
look.
able to.
Yeah, let me look at the Zeam logs of when it started and see what the problem is. I mean, as I said, I pinged you just before this call when I was inspecting this service. You can have a look as well. I think, are you able to SSH now to that server, Vijender? I'm not sure.
I will try it out, but I mean, it's better if you can figure this out. Issue I want to
Yeah,
figure out.
I'll do that. So
Want to check out other things. But I mean, yeah, it should. So we have. So basically, in the log, see if we are starting the server and listening at what port. Maybe we are not picking up the port, right?
So the port is configured to run at 8081. We have that in the Ansible config correctly. So everything else. So my feeling is that I'm missing some configuration parameter, or there's some error in when I copy over stuff remotely. So yeah, I need to have a look and confirm.
Currently, I'm checking the tasks for Zeam for Ansible, so I can see the metrics port, but I'm not sure about the metrics flag, but I need to check it in detail. So you say you're applied, right? The metrics flag.
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Oh, let me check. I mean, I was
And
confident I
also,
had applied.
also
Yeah.
let's add Katya to that channel where we are talking about DevOps, and so that she can also be given access.
Okay. I mean, the other update I had was I completed the HashSig integration. I have the PR ready, but Unfortunately, now we are switching over to lean VM, which has completely new set of parameters. So the question I had for you, Gajendra, I can make the changes necessary and have it on a separate branch on Hashtag, but do we really want to do that? Because eventually both should come together. So is it worth the time going ahead with those changes, or you would rather
Yeah,
want me to focus on something else?
yeah. I mean, let's focus on something else and let's hold off
Okay.
on that as of now.
Okay. So yeah, these were the two updates I had from myself.
Awesome. Now let's go to Nupur.
Hi. Hi. So, during the first half of the week, I was involved in extensive testing of like a long run and so basically testing and then like after the things got fixed, I have not picked up anything for last couple of days. So once today, Katya's PR got merged, and I'll pick up the folk choice metrics again, and I'll finalize it. That's it from my side.
Super. Moving to my update, I've been reviewing spec PRs for the DevNet 2 and as well as reviewing PRs for Zeam and trying to get a better hold on our long-running DevNet 1 process and goal, and getting Barnabas to set up infrastructure for us, reviewing the Ansible PR. So yeah, basically sort of making sure that we can soon start DevNet 1, long-running DevNet 1, and make progress on DevNet 2. And now we can move to Guillaume. Welcome.
Hey, yeah, not much to report. I am yet to go back to the provers. But I was currently experimenting last night with some integration. I don't know actually. I'm supposed to talk about that. So I was looking at execution in Zeams, trying to get some execution. So I'm currently dealing with this, and yeah, dealing with a couple of bugs. So it's been very frustrating. And then yeah, I mean, I'm gonna either get something to do something today, or I will just go back to doing the proving, because a lot has changed over there, and integration is going to be frustrating as well. And yeah, I would rather have proving than some experiments. Yeah, that's roughly the thing. But if you want me to have a look at some PR, I did try. So I was away the last 2 weeks, but I did try to look at PRs. I didn't see anything that really needed my input except some PR by Chitani, which I gave. But yeah, if you think you could use my input, don't feel you have to. But if you think you do, please ping me. Yeah, that's it.
Guillaume, I think we need your input on the Poseidon hasher for SSZ. And I think what Chetan is right now facing the issue is that, again, I think which is similar to the work that you did in Verkle regarding commitments, where basically 32 bytes need to basically 32 bytes is more than the field element size, which is 31 bits, right? Is the field element size, and I so what is the sort of a rational approach to divvy up the chunks so that we can basically get over with this particular task of how to fit
Yeah, so I need to. Oh, there was a glitch. Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, so what is the scheme that we can come up? What is a rational scheme that we can come up? We should just take 31 bits and then the one extra bit we fit into a separate field element, or we have, for example, so bytes, we see bytes as a sequence of bits, and so if, for example, there are 232 bytes that needs to be fed to the hasher, we basically see as a sequence of bits and pick them as 31-bit chunks to map to field element, and basically pad whatever is remaining with 0.
What are you hashing again with this? Just any SSD type?
Any SSD type. So yeah, I think the fundamental thing is 32 bytes, right?
Mm. Okay, well, my advice would be, given the SSD structure. Oh God, that's 30. Okay, like my first reflex would be to say just split it into 16 bytes. 16. Wait, is it 16 bytes or 16 bits? Because the field element is 31 bits, right? It's MERS 10, whatever. Yeah. So that's even.
So 64 bytes get basically consumed as 16 field elements, right? Right, Chaitanya?
Yeah.
So we are trying to combine 64 bytes, I think.
You're trying to to get 64 byte. Yeah, but
What
if
I
you
understand,
do,
there is 16 is the width. I mean, these are the field elements that go as input. Is that right, Chaitanya?
Yep. So the field elements is the like actual output that we need to have, whether we do smaller chunks or leggings, whatever we call it. And what we wanted to fix it to the approximate each chunk or leg to fit the approximate 31 bit of the field size.
but do you really need to, because you're hashing anyway, so do you really need to, I mean, you could drop the extra bit and it wouldn't really matter, would it? Because you would still need to find a collision on 31 bits. I mean, I guess it's not great, but this could be done. Or you could, yeah, you could just save the bits and add a final. Wait, you have 32, so you would need two extra numbers. No, you need 3. Oh, it's 30.
Yep, that would need us to change the field width if we do carry on that. And from what I understand, the collision still occurs because unlike the SHA-256 one, when we combine, I'm not sure what the exact word is, but when we add this, there are still in Poseidon, there can still be collision. Again, it's just from my understanding.
Mm.
So I was suggesting something very similar during the start of the meeting during my update. So just uh, whatever we have, right? We take out the appropriate 31 bit out of it. Let's say it's 32 bits itself. And we take the first 31 out that fits in the collar field. We take that out, do all our operations on it, the Poseidon hashing on it, and then this final one, just whatever the modulo we have after that, we uh, do the same operations on that. And if we could somehow deterministically uh, do the field operations on these two outputs themselves, we get a final output. So something what the SSC does itself, right? 32 byte chunks giving 32 byte output, something of that sort.
Mm.
So is the field size 31 bit or even less than 31 bit? Because I mean, from my understanding, is to do about 31 minus something, right? then
Yes,
plus
yes,
something.
it's
So
approximately 31. It's 31, approximately 31. Not
it's
exactly.
31 point something, or it's 30 point something.
It's 31 point something as far as I can remember, because the subtraction is lower than that.
Which field is that again? Is that a Mersenne or is it something else?
It's a koala bear.
Oh, it's the koala bear. Right. Yeah, so it's even smaller. Well, on this one, I would ask Thomas actually, because he's probably yeah. You should ask Thomas.
So we have a channel. We created a channel with them, and Chaitanya, what is the outcome from that thing, from the discussion?
So there is no final resolution over there. It's just that the first step suggested over there is to just increase the field size so that we can at least accommodate the input. For that, I'm also not sure. I mentioned it in the chat as well. I think we will lose the Plonky 3 does not, for the examples or the test, it never uses the 24 width field. So, but that is the secondary issue right now. The first issue is to at least have some like structure and some transformations that we can at least get working.
Mhm.
So the only input till now is that to use a higher field width.
Okay, the way I see it, because this is clearly, if they're still debating it, it's gonna take some time. Honestly, just pick whatever you want, but my suggestion would be to just drop it at the byte level and not at the bit level. And you know, it's not gonna be the final decision. It's probably not gonna be the most secure thing to do. But yeah, just take so you have except if you split it at the bit level, you're gonna have 32 bits or 64 bits. Sorry, 64 bytes, which means that you're gonna have to do this trick again. Um, yeah, okay. My suggestion then is to split it at the 16-bit level. Sorry, 16 bits level. It's not throw, it's not secure, it's just easy to do, right? Because this is still a very like, I'm sure there's going to be debates going on, so my approach would be to do it as simply as possible. And as simply as possible means you take your 32-bit value, or sorry, your 60, so you get 2 bytes by 2 bytes, so you have and you just hash that, and then you know, it's going to be very inefficient in a way, because you're going to have to split if you have 64 bits, it means you're going to have to do 128 Poseidon hashes, but it's easy to implement, and because of that, we don't have to do bit manipulation, we don't have to do any of that, and except just shift, like a 16-bit shift, which is doable. And then when we keep the conversation going, and when they sort it out, when they find the most efficient way to do it, that's what we do. But at least let's just get this question out of the way. Let's implement the thing, get it merged, ship, and tell everybody else this is what we're doing. And then, I mean, this was the vertical approach, right? So actually, the vertical approach was a bit different. Except we were not talking with bits, we were talking with bytes, but the principle is the same. We would take the top byte, would receive, sorry, the most significant 16 bits are shifted back, but then you set a bit at the topmost value, which is not going to be workable. So let's say you set the 17th bit every time, like, right? So you have most significant bit, least significant, look, most significant 16-bit word, least significant 16-bit word, you split it into two, but for the most significant 16-bit word, you set an extra bit. And this is what we did with Vercol. Just do that. Let's say it's safe and understandable enough. And when we yeah, then we keep the conversation going, and I'm sure they're gonna come up with a more complicated scheme. But let's do it this way for now.
Okay.
In fact, we can set the whatever is the highest bit, 31st bit, because that way, the space that will be covered will be big, right?
You're gonna have to do 30th bit because 31st bit doesn't work. 31st bit is above Koala Bear, the Koala Bear field side. So yeah, you can do 30th bit if you want. Sure.
Okay, Chaitanya, let's do this and let's do at 30th. Let's split it into two parts and let's flip the 30th bit of the MSB side and complete this PR. So when can we then close this PR out? Because I do want to close this workout.
Okay. So I'll prioritize this over the lean VM work then.
Now, lean VM work is higher priority, but
Okay.
that is also, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll-
Just if you need me to look at something or to do it or whatever, just ping me. Review, code, whatever. Just ping me.
Sure.
All right. So have we covered everyone? Yep. All right. So this brings us to the conclusion of this call, and then we'll see you on 19 December. All right, guys. Take care.